So, g'day from Kangaroo Island. This is the first of a series of postcards from my home in Kangaroo Island, brought to you by Tim Leuenberg. So, you're probably wondering where Kangaroo Island is. We are at the very bottom of South Australia. We're a location that's famous for ecotourism. People visit from all around the world to see our wildlife, to see kangaroos, koalas, goannas, echidnas, as well as to enjoy our fine wine and our fine food. It's a big island, it's 150 by 50 kilometres, but we only have a population of 4,500 people. But we do have 200,000 tourists visit each year, and that keeps me and the other rural doctors quite busy. So you're probably wondering who I am. Well, I'm a rural doctor, and like all of us in rural medicine, I practice a little bit of everything. Anaesthesia, pre-hospital and retrieval medicine, internal medicine, paediatrics, obs and gynae, psychiatry, emergency medicine, intensive care. But most of all, my work is primary care. That's the front and centre of what I do. So we describe rural doctors somewhat like a Swiss Army knife. We're known as a jack of all trades, but a master of none. But we're often more useful than the master of one. So having a rural generalist, somebody who can do everything, is far more useful than having a specialist or a partialist. So this is me, Tim Leuenberg. This is me in theatre. I'm just testing the sevoflurane. Why did I come to Kangaroo Island? Well, I actually came here for a holiday home. My wife and I bought a house here. We came as tourists, and we came for the reasons that other tourists do. We came to see kangaroos, we came to enjoy the sights, we came to enjoy the beaches and the fishing, to explore the coastline, to do some surfing. We also came to travel around the island. So Kangaroo Island's really interesting in that we have over 1,000 kilometres of mostly dirt roads. They're very, very slippery. And of course those roads have some hazards. They include wildlife, obviously, so this is a koala. But unfortunately, many tourists see these animals and they'll swerve to avoid wildlife. They'll end up having a high-speed motor vehicle crash, and then they need to be fixed by me. Now, I've got a fair bit of experience in pre-hospital and retrieval medicine. I used to work for the state retrieval service, so I'm quite comfortable cutting people out of cars, dealing with critical illness, and helping the local ambulance service sort out their patients. And this is really my area of interest, the fact that in rural medicine, critical illness has no respect for geography. It doesn't matter where you are, people can get critically ill, and as country doctors we need to be able to deal with this. Now, I'm also part of what's called the FOAMAID movement. FOAMAID stands for Free Open Access Medical Education, and it's basically using the tools of social media to disseminate information, to share information between clinicians. So obviously things like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and various blogs. If you want to know more, have a look at my blog. I run one about Kangaroo Island, so this is kidocs.org, and I also run a general one for rural doctors. I'm also pretty busy on Twitter, so I'd love it if you got onto Twitter and followed me, and you can have a look at me here on the About Me page. The areas that I'm really interested in are airway management and trauma, particularly as it pertains to a small country hospital. I'm interested in what we call human factors, in making resus work, in teamwork. I'm also interested in standardisation in theatre, and of course, as a rural doctor, I have to deal with all the other aspects of my work: obstetrics, gynecology, internal medicine, psychiatry, and of course, primary care. This is the view from the Kangaroo Islands Hospital. The big island on the left-hand side is mainland Australia. So we're a long way away from help. Most of our transfers are by fixed wing or rotary wing retrieval. I would love it if you came over and enjoyed the sort of medicine that we do here, as well as the lifestyle. So take an invitation from Dr. Manabu Sato. Come and visit Kangaroo Island. I promise that we won't hurt you. And if you want any more details, you can contact me, Dr. Tim Leuenberg, kidocs.org, ruraldoctors.net, or on Twitter at Kangaroo Beach. This is Good Day, or an introduction. Next time, the next postcard, I'm going to talk to you about management of a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm here on Kangaroo Island, and how we deal with massive bleeding in a small rural hospital in Australia. And I would love to hear a little bit about how you guys deal with this, about how you deal with this sort of problem on your islands and in your locations. Thanks very much.